Hey, Blair.
Hey, did it feel like home? And I'm just wondering what challenges needed to be overcome when you change venues like this.
Yeah, it felt like home. We'd been here for a practice and had a chance to, get a feel for sound system, stuff like that, mechanics of coaches and that. And, I said this before, I really, the more I think about it, the more the bowl game really helped us playing in a baseball stadium. I think just locker room logistics, the walk to get onto the field sometimes, all those things. And again, and through the construction project itself, our players have adapted so well. They're just kind of used to it, go with the flow and control what they can. And so it was a great night.
Coach, what did you think of the atmosphere of the fans and the turf?
I'll start with the latter. The turf was great. It was fine. Even like I said, we came out here the first week of August. The guys were excited about it as well. We practiced on grass a lot now, more than we have ever since I've been here. And so that part was good. I thought the atmosphere at the beginning of the game and things was excellent. There's great energy, and then through those bigger plays, I'm sure in the second half it kind of tapers down a little bit, but we'll need them back here in a couple weeks. So for another one. But yeah, appreciate everyone that's come out, and it's kind of how Travis thought it would be, is that we could fill the place and make it a really nice environment, and with some electricity to it. The lights, after touchdowns, all the atmosphere. Appreciate all the efforts of everybody here and the Illig family for allowing us to do this, because it's tough sometimes while seasons are still going on.
Just looking at the performance, how do you think your team played today?
Well, you know me well enough, Michael. There's always going to be something, but for a first game, it's about what I'd hoped for. There's replay goes down, and I think Skinner's down. It's the official told me what he saw, and what he saw maybe a little late, and kind of was saying he was hoping that replay would make and then all of a sudden it's not there. Then the little miscommunication there between JD and Luke on the throw, but hey, then he got that one out of the way. So I thought Jalen played really well. Came out of the gates. I thought Devin and Daniel ran the ball hard. I thought all our running backs ran hard tonight, and that's good to see, because we're going to need them. Played a lot of guys. I think they told me 75 or so got in the game. Probably about 5 more we were hoping to in some other capacities. So that's good, because we got a lot of guys that work extremely hard. Since the off season, be part of this program. Really, and you look at it too, Michael, if you look at the end of the Cincinnati game last year and what this one, we've been able to put a second offensive line out there, and we've been able to drive the ball. And most of the time in my career, that doesn't always happen. You end up with a lot of 3-and-outs, and it gets kind of lopsided in offense defensive reps. So all's good, and on that end, but again, we'll look at the film and see some things we got to definitely clean up.
It seems like it is rotating with Logan and Nolan and Bryce. What was kind of the plan? I don't think Logan played a ton in the first half.
I thought he did play a lot in the first quarter. I think Logan got some, or Nolan got some reps in the second quarter. I don't have an exact count there, but I know when we came out the second half, it was like we wanted Logan to get another series. So, Logan Brown hasn't played in a while. He got hurt early last year, so it was good for him. Bryce Foster got his chance to, but again, Shane got in a lot second half. So I really thought, all in all, that we were able to get a lot of guys work that needed to, and working together as well.
And you guys obviously played on Thursday. You talked about the advantage of that in scheduling. What do the next couple of days look like for you guys?
Yeah, advantage in some ways, but when your next opponent does the same, it's even then. But get a little more time for the body to heal up. The guys will do their med checks and some stuff tomorrow, and then they'll do film on Saturday, and then we'll practice Monday, because Monday being a holiday, and I don't want to go into a long thing, but being a holiday, it's not part of the 20-hour accountable, so we can maximize Monday a little bit more than normal, so we wanted to stay on that and give them Sunday off. So hopefully they're going to show up and feel really good when we hit the field again, and also they have a chance to come in and watch some film and do that, but also they need a little mental break as well, because it's going to get a lot tougher here in the next few weeks.
This is a few years in a row now that Devin has come out super strong in the beginning of your first game and scored the first touchdown. So what is it about him that allows him to excel in these season opening kind of situations?
Well, I think as a whole offense and a group that, this group's been anxious to play all week. And in fact, I always say when Matt Gildersleeve kind of gives me some of these, but he texts me after some of the walkthroughs, and he goes, I hate to even text this, but they're really ready to go. And they were, and we do walkthroughs at the hotel and stuff, and they were really crisp in what they're doing. Usually there might be one or two hiccups or something. That skill group of guys that have played a lot of football for us were really locked in and anxious to go. So.
And then what did you think about what did you think about giving Mikey Pauley a chance to play again?
Well, we were going to put Isaiah Marshall in, and you just don't know how that's going to play out. If we can keep it in a 4-game situation for Isaiah, we'd like to, like we did with Cole. So it got to about 6 minutes, and again, we were subbing a lot of guys. We just didn't know. So, a year ago, we got Ben Easters in instead of Mikey, and Mikey's kind of bummed about that, and rightfully so. And so to get him in, in fact, afterwards he thanked me afterwards. He doesn't have to say thank you for getting the game. The young man earned it, and to have somebody local like him come in and make some plays with his feet, it's great because he's done a nice job for us.
Coach, you've talked a lot about Dean Miller.
Mhm.
You've seen from him in the fall camp. He comes out tonight, 4 tackles, has that 4th down sack. What had he been doing on the practice field that you saw kind of translate and come into game action tonight?
Well, first of all, unfortunately, like Dean and I had a little heart-to-heart last November, okay, that he wasn't going to be able to play here if he didn't put on weight. And he finally really took it to heart, and he really worked hard at it. And he's worked extremely hard in a lot of areas. So he's put himself physically, in fact, our guys wear suits to the game, and he's the guy that says my suit doesn't fit anymore, and I said, well, okay, we'll get you another one, all right, because you've earned that. But because he's worked so hard. But when we do our GPS and our catapult system stuff with our guys, Dean Miller's at on the high end of volume and accelerations all the time. He plays hard. And that's a guy we recruited a couple years ago. It just hasn't taken place quite as fast as we hoped, but it is now. And as I said before, we look at him as a guy that could step up, and I think he shows a few flashes of that tonight.
Lance, I'm curious what you thought of the defense tonight.
Solid. There's still some things that communication-wise we got to be better. I don't know what they have, but we had to give up 3 points, and that was with a lot of other guys in there. That part's fine, but it was a good night. Okay, I don't want to say that, but there's some things that as we step up and play a Big Ten opponent next, that we're going to have to be better. But I like the way they're playing. I think I said this on the post-game radio. I think our corners tackled better than they have in the time I've been here, and that's really encouraging. They put a little more emphasis on it. I think DK McDonald's brought some nice things to our program on the back end and really as a defense. And one of them was emphasizing tackling every day. And I think it was good to see those guys do that. I think you see a guy like O.J. Burrows again, even though he caught the one out of bounds. But O.J. is really coming into his own as a confident player. And, again, he's going to be directing a lot of traffic back there.
Lance, I just wondering what you thought of Jalen's 56-yard touchdown pass to Luke, especially after taking some shots early.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I asked him how it was getting tackled again. He was all excited about it. But, again, for a first day and everything else, the thing I'm proud about him is I told him now, you can't score 14 points on one play. You can't try to make up for 9 games that you missed and all that other stuff. Just let the game, and he was very good about it. He was locked in, thought he made good decisions, and then was really happy because, you know, it was a 3rd and 1. I think it was on the one to Luke, and we were gonna, you know, we had it down to take a shot because we were gonna go for it, and it was good to see. It was a heck of a throw and catch. I thought Luke Grimm really played well there for like a stretch of like 15 minutes maybe on the clock. It was really impressive.
I got 2 quick ones back here. But did you learn anything about your team by playing an opponent that you couldn't learn in camp? And then the second one, is there a message that you had that you shared with the team that you could share with us?
I mean, post game?
Yeah.
Then I was proud of them. Again, we got a lot of guys in, but we still got to take care of ourselves, and we know that things are going to change. You know, playing a team, an FCS school versus a Big Ten team, they know that this veteran group understands. You know, I like our depth. You know, that's one thing. And in fact, again, I talked about Matt Gildersleeve. He talked to me about some of our younger players, guys who didn't get in the game, our true freshmen. All had their helmets on, just hoping that their name, you know, sometimes that's different when they don't think. I like the mindset. I sure hope we can keep it and sustain the level that we're at. I'd say that. And I said before that we can play a fair amount of guys and still be a good football team.
Lance, this ties to that. You talked about your guys being so eager to go. How difficult is it to shut them down after a half, knowing that, you know, they've been so ready to play?
Yeah, you know, some coaches never want to do that,
Yeah.
you know, and I just say, okay, how are you going to feel if something happens to player X?
Right.
But you know, we can't coach scared, and we got to do it. But there's a balance, and again, there's certain guys that have played a lot of football, as you know, Matt, in this program. So it isn't like they, you know,
Need it.
yeah. But they're now a Logan Brown. There were multiple other guys on defense, a couple more on offense. Hey, we need to get some guys in the game because of these things. You know, Savion Morrison. You know, Daniel Heisler got a little dinged up, and then so Savion carries the ball 7 times in one drive, and then we want to play him again, and then we're like, well, we better keep him fresh, and let's go to Johnny, and so it was good there to get some of those guys opportunities because they all maybe need it before it's over.
Do any of those guys, especially the ultra veterans, do they get any say in it when they bow out of a game like this, or can you be persuaded if they push you?
I guess maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, we're shutting Jalen down, we're shutting Devin down. I mean, and you know, probably the ones Michael Ford and Cable do were a couple that probably got one more than I probably wanted.
Gotcha.
But Daryl wanted to get them a little more work. You know, I don't think LJ had a catch, maybe had one early, but he got that one later. And you know, it was good for him to get one. So, but yeah, pretty much after that, I'm like, let's just get guys in, and be like I said, you guys watch us practice, you know, especially guys up front. Those guys work hard. We ask a lot of them, and you know, you ask these kids to show up every day at 5:30 in the morning in the off season and do stuff. These are games you hope you can reward as many as you can.
I also wanted to ask you real quick, the girl that got knocked down by Daniel in the corner, you made your way over there to check on her?
I mean, you know, there's only so much. She seemed to be fine. I tried to ask compliance if she had eligibility.
Did you get an answer?
No, I think they're still looking it up, if she's registered full-time or not.
All right, guys, that's all I have time for.
Thanks.